Some would play.
Who wants to play some D&D?
Let's do this.
Okay.
So what are we doing?
Last episode.
Tell us all about it.
Okay, so,
Welcome to the DM chair.
wow.
Daph.
This is my favorite thing.
Classic.
My favorite thing is when I stop interrupting and then Jenna does it.
Yeah. You can always count on somebody. So just a little bit of a prelude. Shout out to Indianapolis Public
I
Library.
would say prelude, but
Shout out to Indianapolis Public Library for loaning the book to Deborah called The Curse of Strahd. So Curse of Strahd is a classic D&D module.
if you don't have a library card,
Right. If you don't have a library card, if you live inside Marion County, you can get a library card by showing your ID and proof of address if it's not on your ID.
My 6-year-old has a library card.
I do not.
If you do not have a library card, it's real easy.
Yes, it's very easy.
oh,
to get a
I thought
library
you were going
card.
to talk some shit, and I was like, I can't wait.
If you don't live
Actually, you are kind of.
if you don't live inside Marion County, you can purchase what's called a public library access card and purchase that from the state library, and that gives you access to any library in the state of Indiana. Last I checked,
What?
yep. Last I checked, it was like $70, but it might have changed since
But
then.
access to any library in the state of Indiana?
But
I travel around the state of Indiana.
oh, that's a good idea. You
a
can
lot
get-
of business
You can get a card that do that. That does.
Like they got
yep.
different books.
I mean, imagine all of the
Have you
books
seen
you
how
have
many
access
books
to.
are in the library?
Oh, I know. It would be amazing.
Or that you can go online
It's a
and
good
you can
place
do
to
library
work. Like,
tours.
it's really nice to do your work at a library.
It really is.
Yeah.
I've done it before.
do you have to have
And
a library
free
card to
Wi-Fi?
like hang out in the library?
Nope.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi. Free Wi-Fi.
You can do pretty much anything
Wi-Fi.
without a library
Wi-Fi.
card
Oh,
except
Wi-Fi.
actually take a book out of the library.
I love it. Libraries are great. They should continue existing is my stance.
So then get a fucking library card.
No,
Do you know
thanks.
you can download things now from the library?
Oh,
You
yeah.
can
Yep.
stream things. You can get audiobooks.
Well, you can kind of like only stream things now, but
what do you mean?
COVID. We have like streaming story time. We have
Oh,
we don't do our
all the
normal activities.
You know what? I forget. Like the activities are now like being streamed, so I don't have to like pack my kids up and have to take them somewhere.
Yeah, the
I gotta get
21st
on
century
this.
is awesome. It's great that 20 years in, we're finally here. People are teleworking. Things are being streamed. We don't have to go places to do things because we haven't had to actually go
Where's
places
my
in a long ass
fucking
time.
flying car?
I know, right? We'll get there, though, with everybody at home teleworking.
Someone's gonna figure it out.
Someone's going to get bored and solve these problems. It's going to be great. Believe
yes,
in the world.
But Curse of Strahd is a revamping of Ravenloft, which is an old D&D module.
Oh, yeah, Ravenloft. Never played it.
So
Throwback.
yeah, so it's a very enormous module. It's really, really big. And I think it would be fun to do like a whole campaign of it someday, maybe. So yeah, so this is my first attempt DMing. And
You got this.
this was, I spent very little time preparing for this. Didn't have much time. So this is going to be like 80% module, 20% Daphne's imagination
And
and
10%
improvisation. Or maybe 90% improv. We'll see. I don't know. But if there are any hardcore Curse of Strahd fans out there, I apologize if I'm like not totally canon.
Yeah, fuck them. This is a fun game. We're gonna have fun, and you're gonna do great.
Okay, so as you might recall, when Deborah could hurt you again,
She's made me cry twice tonight.
I have.
Deborah's powerful like that.
I am.
Even not sitting in the DM chair, she still possesses powers. So we deposed of the vampire, and it was Dagata, Jelly, Ari. No, it was Dagata, Jelly, and Ari.
Yeah.
The house was destroyed, and the ghost lady who was offering the tea turned out to not be real.
Never got.
Right, exactly.
Never got that tea.
So Ari and Jelly start immediately feeling better because basically the sickness is lifted off of them. This is fast forwarding here. So we all went back to town because we were tired and we just wanted to sleep for the night. And all of you were downstairs in the bar, in the tavern, basically just trying to have like a nightcap before going to bed. And then Dagata parted ways. She said, guys, it's been fun, but I got to go on my next adventure.
Gotta.
Maybe we'll cross paths with you again someday. I don't know, but I really enjoyed our time together. You guys are awesome. And then she just kind of walks off into the night. So the two of you now, so it's Ari and Jelly are basically just drinking and eating.
That's what Jelly does.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Jelly gets a crowd of people around her because of how much she's eating and drinking, and they're all just down at just like, whoa, look at this halfling.
Then they start cheering.
Are there people,
Right.
yeah, cheering
Yeah.
and betting? I bet people are betting. Or people betting?
Yes, people are betting.
Cool.
So, there's a lot of that going on. And Ari's just like amused by the whole thing.
He's taking bets pretending he doesn't know her. Like, oh, no, she's going to be. I put 15 on that. I saw her throw up a whole bunch just now.
So Ari goes outside just to get a breath of fresh air because it's just kind of like stuffy in there. He's just like, oh, it's too much in there. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, approach Lux and Neef, and they find Ari.
Oh, hey, guys.
Hey,
Ari?
What up?
what
Hi.
are you doing here?
Oh, we just got done doing a thing where there's a vampire and
Who's we?
me and there's this Jelly's in there eating, but don't disturb her right now. There's a whole
Jelly?
Yeah, there's a whole thing going on. Just we'll have a quick chat. But and then there's this other adventure, Dagata. She was a lot of fun. She was a goof.
Was she?
She was goofy in the head.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it was great though.
sounds like, we're probably kindred spirits.
Probably, but she's gone now.
Yeah.
She left. She's probably dead somewhere. I imagine.
Did you guys
in a
just get
ditch.
off an adventure?
Sort of, yeah. Yeah, it was kind of an adventure. There was a ghost lady who offered us tea and never gave it to us, so that was cool.
Me and Neith just got done assassinating some people for Wee Jazz.
Why would you tell people that?
I'm joking. She forsook me. Fuck
yeah, no,
Wee
figures.
Jazz. No, but how did we hook up?
Oh, my bad. I just got done assassinating somebody for Wee Jazz.
Well, yeah, as you do,
So while you guys are talking, all of a sudden you hear a woman scream for help off in the woods. And it's nighttime, by the way.
Do you think we should?
We should
is
go check
Cedric
that out.
around?
I don't know.
I bet he is. Cedric?
I think he's
And I
dead.
do like a little whistle.
You don't see it or hear anything from Cedric.
Okay, so
Let's go.
should we leave Jelly?
Yeah,
She's
she's
probably
eating.
safe here. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want to get.
Yeah, she's deep in it. She's been drinking too, so.
Okay, Neith?
I have already pulled out my daggers. Like, it made me jump a little bit.
You
I pulled out my daggers.
You got that cloak still? That like
I don't know. Do I have
that
my cloak?
shields?
You do.
Shields you?
Yes.
Let's go look.
And it's on.
All right, we head in the direction of the screaming
Okay, so
lady.
basically you're going down a dirt road. Excuse me. You're going further down the road, and then all of a sudden there are a lot of tree covers, so you get kind of into the thick of the forest. You hear the scream again, but this time it's a lot quieter. And then you hear what sounds a little bit like laughter. And then out of nowhere, a bunch of mist just slowly kind of converges on all three of you. And things get really quiet. Like, you hear the crickets of the night at first, but then all of a sudden you stop hearing the crickets. The wind just kind of gets really sort of quiet.
It's a trap!
I kind of like slash at the mist a little bit.
The mist just basically just like parts ways for you,
You
but
hit
like
Ari.
Roll for
Damn it.
dexterity.
Right, roll.
yeah, yeah. So
The hell, Neith?
So the mist just basically it kind of parts ways as you slash it, but then it keeps getting thicker and thicker, and then slowly it starts to dissipate a little bit, and you notice that it gets colder. I'd say about 30 degrees colder,
Whoa. Is that 30 degrees Celsius?
and the sounds
30 degrees Fahrenheit
Yeah.
colder.
And you look around you and you're still in a forest, but the trees seem different somehow. And the sounds are different. Like the crickets sound different. And you hear some owls that sound like they're not from here, like owls like you've never heard before. And I want all of you to roll for perception.
Oh, damn it. My own dice was on 10.
14.
13.
Oh, baby. That's a 19 on the roll plus
Wow.
fucking, what is it, wisdom? 22.
Well, you had to beat an 8.
Nailed it!
So all of you, and especially Ari actually notices it first.
Oh.
You look up at the sky and you're like, and Ari's like, Ari, you notice that the stars are totally different.
Whoa, the stars are way different.
Like there aren't as many of them.
Can I look behind us? Is the town there?
Good question. There is no town.
Guys, I think we stepped through a portal or some shit.
Yeah.
We've been through a couple of those.
I put up my
Fucking
shield.
So you look to the right and to the left of you, and you see mountains where there weren't mountains there before. So you realize you're in a totally different realm, different world.
Whoa.
Are we on a path?
You're still on a path, oddly enough. It's actually not that different than the path you were on.
By the stars, can we tell where north is?
Yes, so north is to the left of you.
And the path is going east and west then?
Yes, so the path, yes, exactly. So north is to the left of you. So the direction you're facing is east.
Mountains are to the right?
Yeah, so the mountains are to the north and to the south of you.
Well, maybe we should just follow this path.
Oh, we could climb the mountains.
I remember a mountain one time.
How tall are these mountains?
Yeah,
They're
I
really-
remember
they're-
a mountain one time too.
They're really tall.
Hey, you guys want to die again?
They're also
I
pretty
mean,
far
we're
away.
gods,
I don't think
so
we've done that yet.
I don't know. We don't know if we're demigods yet or not.
So
we're gonna be gods. Oh, we're
Um,
demigods now.
So I can't fly over the mountain.
no, you
Wanna be a
can't.
god.
You hear
Is that
werewolves.
the wind?
Werewolves.
Yep,
We know they're werewolves
a lot of werewolves.
instead of wolves.
Yeah, not just wolves, but you know.
Pack.
Yes.
That sounds different than wolves.
Can we go away from that noise?
Yeah, I think we should definitely get away from the
Okay,
werewolves.
let's
Well,
just,
they're behind you. That's
well,
where
we're
the
gonna
noise is
walk
coming from.
forward. Then.
Yeah, let's go forward.
All right.
Okay, so you keep walking forward, and you're kind of on an incline, and the path starts to go down, and you see what looks to be a town down beneath. It's about 1,000 feet away, 1,000 feet in front of you.
Hey, y'all, there's a town. Let's
How
get to that
close are the
town so we can get
werewolves?
away from those fucking werewolves.
Those sounds are getting quieter.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Okay, I fly.
Okay.
Okay, Ari flies.
Yeah, you just kind of
I
fucking abandoned
roll-
it.
No,
my
not fly.
eyes.
I fly much slower than I walk.
Oh, okay.
I'm just flying because I'm awesome.
So Ari, so while you're flying, and you're how high are you flying?
Oh, like maybe 5-6 feet off the ground.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. Just
Okay.
showing off my flight,
So you notice that there's a shadowy figure kind of limping towards the gate
Of the
of
town?
the town. So the town, what you can see is it's basically surrounded by walls, and the walls are about 15 feet high. And at this point, you're about 100 feet away, and you see two other shadowy figures standing in front of what appears to be a gate. And they both have giant pikes.
Pikes.
Yes.
Shadowy figures with pikes.
Yes. And then you also see another shadowy figure walking towards them.
So
And
there's 4 figures.
there are 3 of them.
Oh,
So there are 2 figures standing there with pikes,
uh-huh.
and there's another figure walking towards them.
Isn't there someone
And they're
with
about
a
100
limp?
feet from us.
Right.
Okay.
Isn't there someone with a limp?
Yeah, that's the one that's walking towards them.
Right. That's the one that's limping.
But there's only 3.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
gotcha.
The one that's
So-
limping is the other one
Is
that you're
the-
thinking of as
gotcha.
well. It's the
Thank
same one.
So you can hear that there's some kind of conversation going, but you're not close enough yet to actually hear what they're saying.
Do they see us?
I go
No.
up to him. I want to find out, or I want to go find out where the fuck we are.
I hang back a little bit.
I go with her because I was just going to be like, hail, strangers.
Okay, so as you approach, they haven't noticed you yet because the 2 figures are focusing on the third figure, and at this point, they're not really figures so much anymore. You can start to make out that they're humans, that they're people.
Can we hear what they're saying?
So you hear one of them talk to the other figure, the figure that's walking towards them. Hey, Bluto, did you catch a fish tonight? And then
Aw.
he's like, no, I didn't catch one again. He's like hiccups a little bit. And they're like, oh, let me guess. So you caught one, and then you ran into a bear, and then you gave it the fish so it won't eat you. Isn't that what happened, right? And he's like, yep, that's what happened. And he kind of like hiccups again.
Is this my stepdad? Are you basing this on my stepdad?
Well, I mean, he might have been some inspiration for it.
Shout out to Odie.
So they're like, oh, Bluto, and they just start laughing. And then like, get on in town, Bluto. And then they kind of like open the gate for him, and then he walks in, and they just start laughing, and they're kind of like making fun of him a little bit. But they still haven't seen you. But as soon as they close the gate, which at this point you can tell is basically just like a big iron gate.
I'm going to use pass without trace.
Okay, I'd like you to roll for dexterity.
So I think it'll be fun to not be seen. 12.
Okay,
Yep.
so you actually, so you walk past the guards, but the gate's already closed, but they still don't see you. But basically there's like a crevice, so they're standing in front of the gate, but then before you actually get to the gate, there's probably like a area of around 5 feet or so. So basically you're right in front of the gate, but you're behind them at this point.
All right.
So they don't see you.
I want to talk to him.
Okay.
Yeah. Howdy. We
Hi.
kind of were transported here. Where are we?
They just sort of look at you, and they're both like, whoa, and they both point their pikes at you.
And I'm like, hey.
Where are you? Where do you think you are? You're outside the town of Valaki in the land of Barovia.
We don't know anything about this land. We just were walking in the forest because we heard some screaming.
Oh, well, yeah.
And we're adventurers, and we like to save people and save the day.
Screaming. Well, it's not uncommon to hear screaming around here.
What?
With the Devil Strahd and his minions going about, especially at night, it's really dangerous out here. So, of course, you heard screaming.
Okay. Well, we did, and now we're here.
See if we can come in.
We heard some like wares in the woods, and we're a little.
Oh, yeah.
Can we? Is there?
There are dire wolves around here, regular wolves, also werewolves.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Could we come in for the night and gather our heads?
Oh, no, we can't let anybody in.
Well, we do have gold and
Okay, I'd like you to roll for charisma.
Get us in.
14.
They just continue looking at you.
We have a lot of gold.
Gold. We haven't. And they both kind of look at each other for a little bit.
We also can help protect this town.
Well, we're under strict orders not to let anybody in. But if you have
By whom?
gold-
Maybe we can speak with them. Do you have a
I-
supervisor?
Want to come up behind one of them.
Are you?
And I, like, as they're talking,
Gate
I want to
isn't
come.
open.
Right. I want to come up behind one of them, and I'm going to take one of my daggers to their throat, like do a little chokehold with a dagger, and I want to whisper in their ear, either take our gold and let us in, or I'm going to take your life.
Are you affected by Ari's pass without trace?
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Also, I'm in my cloak thing. I got my cape on too, that people don't notice me until I'm there.
And she's a thief.
And I am not a thief.
Okay. Okay. So I'd like you to make a stealth check. So they don't see you. You're behind them, but to see if you can actually like.
I don't like that.
Plus 10.
Oh yeah, no, hold on.
Plus 11.
A plus 10 for real.
Oh,
Pass
20.
without trace.
nice.
Okay.
It's not a nat 20, but it is a 20.
Well, you had to beat an 8. So
What did you roll?
A 12.
Yeah, plus 10 is 22 at least, plus your dex.
Yeah,
Right,
I would
but
agree.
I have
Plus-
it times 2.
Do you have a negative?
What?
Because you get plus 10 from pass without trace.
Oh, I didn't even add my pass.
Yeah, I'm
without
saying
trace.
because
Oh, so-
12 plus 10 is
so-
22.
30.
So yeah, 30.
okay.
How's that for overdoing it?
So you do that, and he looks really confused.
Like, what the fuck? Where did
Like,
this
she's still not
dagger
there.
come
Right.
from?
And I would like to actually, so I'm going to keep my knife at his throat while he's looking confused and actually take out some gold and I'm going to stick it in his pocket.
Nice.
Weird.
So he looks at his partner. They kind of look at each other.
We could just fight the town.
I mean,
We could
We're
probably
not
take
here to
them.
hurt anybody.
How
We
many
just need
people
a
are in
place
this
to stay.
how many people? Hundreds of people.
How big is the town?
How big is the wall?
The wall is
15
15 feet high.
Oh, I'm going to fly up on top of the wall.
Okay, you do that.
How big is the town?
Is that you asking the guards?
Yeah.
We're not going to tell you how big the town is.
We have a knife to your throat.
So the one guard looks at the other guard. He's like, so what do you say, Mort? I have been wanting to buy a bigger house. In fact, I'm getting a little bit tired of this town. What do you think? He's like, yeah, my wife, she's getting ready to have another baby. And, the Bergen Master, he's not really too kind to us. I don't even know why we're here, to be honest with you.
The Burgermeister Meisterburger?
Yeah,
And that
yeah, him, Baron Volakovich. He's kind of a jerk.
I look at Neith kind of like, go ahead and lower your weapon. Like, I think we're safe.
I mean, you guys are giving us gold, right?
Giving you a lot of gold.
Yeah.
I have put 5 gold in his pocket so far.
How much gold's it going to take?
5 gold's pretty nice, but I really did want to buy a new wagon.
I put another 5 in.
I mean,
Alright.
And then I give the other guard 10.
I throw like 40 gold down at them
40. Ooh.
from on top
So
of the
they have,
fucking
like-
wall.
They have
Like
they
50
have,
something
so they have
gold.
50 gold each.
They're like, where the fuck is this gold
I
raining
gave
from?
5.
So you
Okay, 15.
do you still have the dagger to one of the guards' throats?
It's like pointing towards them, but I've like walked around to the front so they can like see me and I've like backed off.
Okay.
But it's just like point
Like he
like
goes down to pick up some gold and
Yeah.
slice.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
but I backed up a little bit.
So both of the guards just kind of just jump on the gold, like a pinata that was just hit with your kids diving for candy.
Oh, God. And I just like look at them and I'm like sad. Like, wow.
And they just start like just shoveling the gold.
I feel like there's not denominations.
Gentlemen, the gate.
Yes.
They're like, this is more money than Baron Volakovich could ever pay us.
Then please open the gate.
Congratulations
They're like,
to you and your wife.
They're like, oh, gate. Yeah, okay. Just don't tell anybody you saw us,
Also,
okay?
is there any other gates?
There are other gates. So this is the west gate. So this gate is called the
West
sunset
Gate?
gate because it faces
Oh.
west. But there's also a gate to the south, in the east, and the north.
Let me guess. Sunrise Gate
Mm.
on the east side.
Well, we never go over there, so we don't know what the names are.
You guys don't have rotations?
Nope. They just
How
keep
big
us.
have they noticed me yet? Like up on the wall?
No, they.
All
So
right,
they
then
saw
I'm
the
not
gold
saying
fall.
anything. Yeah,
So they're just kind of freaked out by what's happening, but they don't care because there's gold in front of them.
nice. So I'm not saying
So-
anything then.
Have they opened
Yeah.
the gate yet?
Not yet, because they're still picking up the gold.
So as they're picking up the gold, I put my boot on whichever guy I saw open the gate before. I put my boot on his hands and stop him and say, there'll be plenty of time to pick up all this gold once you open that gate.
He's like, where the fuck did that boot come from?
Like, oh yeah, also I just remembered the east gate's called the Morning Gate.
Oh.
And the north gate is called the Zarovich Gate. Because that leads to Lake Zarovich. And I was wrong, there is no south gate. But yeah, we don't do rotations. We just kind of they just kind of put us in one place because they just want to break our
Where
spirits.
can we find the
Jesus.
Baron?
Oh, the Baron? He's probably in his mansion.
Is that like center of town or near a gate?
It's outside of town, down the road. We'll
It's not
fucking
even
live
here.
in this
He's
shithole.
actually fictional.
Yeah. How big is this town? Did we find that out?
There's hundreds of people living here.
It's a pretty big town.
It's like
And it seems like it might be fucking Berlin, like fucking divided or some
Right?
shit. Oh, we
Tear
never
down
go
that
over there.
wall.
So the mansion, in fact, as soon as you guys enter the gate, you can see it. It's
Oh, we're not through the gate yet.
right because okay.
I mean, I'm on
While
top of
they're
the wall.
opening it, I'm asking.
Right.
'Cause that's
Well, so one of them kind of like takes out his key ring, kind of jangles it around a little bit and finds the key.
Okay, good. Because my
He's
next
nervous.
step was that I was going to start picking the lock
he's
of the gate.
nervous.
So he's being
I am not a thief,
right. So,
by the
so he's being super quiet about it, and he's like, "Okay, you guys, you never saw me. You never saw any of. We never saw you.
Obviously,
You never saw
do
us.
we look like narcs?
I mean, I don't know. I just met you guys.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, we just gave you 50 gold.
That's all I care
that
about. All I
Gets
care
us
about
an
is he
open
gave us
gate,
gold.
some more information.
I'm gonna fly down on the other side of the wall and just like
Okay.
lean up against the wall with my back to it, just chilling.
Okay.
So when these
So-
idiots finally make it through, I'll just be there already, just chilling.
Okay.
What? Tell us about this Baron real fast.
He's a jerk. He basically,
Is he a human?
yeah, he's a human.
Does he have any special skills?
I mean, yeah, being a jerk. We don't. So he lives in a mansion. He's basically the magistrate of this town. He thinks that he's protecting us against the devil Strahd, but really,
Who's Strahd?
oh, I mean, look, I just got a bunch of gold. I'm tired. I don't want to sit here and tell you everything.
We just paid you 50 gold.
Yeah, and we're doing you a big favor by letting you into the town.
Lux, let's go.
Okay. All right. I say we go see that fucker, though. Hey, real quick, does he have any weaknesses that you might know about?
Well, I mean, he has a really fragile ego.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
So
I think he's the guy that's going to get us back to where we started, at least.
where did you start? What part of Barovia are you from?
Don't know the
We
words
weren't
that
even
came out of
in
your
Barovia.
face.
Oh, well, you're never getting out. Nobody ever gets out of Barovia.
You know, by
Yeah.
the time we leave,
You'll
I
know
think
us.
that you'll leave and be a little more free.
Well, if you guys say so.
We stumbled upon you, and we're pretty. Let's just say we have a passion for righting the wrongs of governors and magistrates and
Well,
things
that's
like
what
that.
they all
people in
that's-
charge.
That's what they always say.
As I
They all
walk
say.
towards the gates to go through them, I kind of grab Lux's arm to start, even though she's
Yep,
like
all right,
way taller than
bye,
me.
guys.
And they even though you say bye, they pretend like they don't hear you because, they don't want to get caught.
Nice.
So, okay, so you guys are now standing on the other side of the gate. And keep in mind, it's really cold. So, off in the
I
distance.
have 2 cloaks on, so usually I'm super hot.
I have
Yes.
armor,
Um,
sweating.
So off in the distance, you do see what appears to be the mansion. You actually see kind of 2 mansions, really. And then you see just a bunch of houses, just a bunch of small houses.
Like, are they shanty houses or like?
They're wooden houses. Well, no, I'm sorry. They're stone, like cobble or like fancy, like I don't know how to describe it. The stone with the cement that separates the stones. Cobblestone
Bricks?
brick? Sure, we'll call it brick. So they're pretty nice, but they're definitely in disrepair. Like they're starting to look pretty bad. So it's pretty dark out at this point. You see a few people wandering about. You see a man carrying a wheelbarrow, kind of struggling with it. And you see, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you see some kids playing around. And one of them bumps into Ari.
Oi.
Does he see him, or does he just bump into him?
He just bumps into him. And then he kind of just like falls on the ground. And
I pick him back up.
he's like, I'm sorry. I was just playing. I'm just running around.
Yeah, no worries, boss.
Okay. And then do you send him down?
Yeah.
Okay. So you send him down. And then
I didn't like pick him up in the air. I picked him up off the ground and put him
Picked
back
him
on.
up from his
okay.
neck,
Like I
and
would a
set him-
child,
right.
like, hey, get
Okay.
back up, dummy.
so he runs inside of a church. So to the left of you, there's a church. And it's a fairly small church, very typical of what you think of as like a small medieval Gothic church. So very narrow. And on top, you do see that there's a bell tower.
Is there a hunchback?
No hunchback.
I was
So there's a bell tower, and
It's good to check.
the boy runs into the church through these 2 big wooden doors, but he doesn't close the doors.
That poor orphan child.
You can hear something inside the church, but you can't quite make out what it is, but you hear what sounds like somebody chanting.
I'm going to go take a peek.
What time of day is it?
It's dark. I'd say it's probably about 9:30 at night.
As the crow flies.
Why are there kids outside playing at 9:30 at night?
It's it's a different world,
Duh.
Barovia.
Fucking Baroque.
Fucking werewolves everywhere.
It's like the
Tomorrow's not
goddamn
promised today.
Czech Republic, early 2000s.
You got to live while you're alive, baby. I go take a peek in
Is
this
this
church.
Eastern Europe?
I mean, it's
Yes.
Kind of.
Close
Okay.
to.
Yeah.
So you take a peek inside. So what you see is 2 rows of church pews. There's several people sitting in the pews, and then you see the boy run up, and he sits with a woman who you presume to be his mother, and there's several other kids there. So I'd say there are about 6 people sitting inside the church, and they're all kind of sort of kneeled down. And then in front at the altar, you see a priest, and he's praying.
Anything weird about him? Any blood stains or
No, he looks
dripping knives?
No, he looks fairly normal.
Okay, normal priest.
What's
Yeah.
he saying?
Doing priest stuff.
Well, he's speaking in Celestial.
I don't speak that, so
I
he's
do.
praying. Did you come up to take
And
a peek
so does
too?
Neith.
I did not go in the church.
Yeah, I followed
It's too
Ari.
religious for me.
Okay, so
I'm not going in. I'm peeking.
what do you do again?
I follow Arlie and
Arlie.
Arlie.
Harley Davidson.
Fuck off. I
I think it's funny. I do.
so I peek in, peer in, and also put an ear out in my big elf ears, and I am listening for the celestial speak.
Okay, so what you hear the priest, and he's saying, "Saint Angel, come to our assistance. Make haste to help us. Shield us against the shadows, the minions, the tricks and temptations of the devil Strahd. Strengthen us, your faithful, in our hour of need."
Huh.
Also, I'd like you to make a stealth check.
But don't I have pass without trace?
I mean, I haven't dispelled it. It
Right.
hasn't been that
Oh.
long.
So like
right.
10, I get 10
Plus
for that.
10, yeah.
Thank God. 13.
I mean, it comes in. Once I've activated it, why not just live in the
Yeah,
moment?
leave it. Yeah.
Okay.
Till I don't need to anymore.
Okay.
So I don't have to stealth. I can still talk to people.
Okay, what do you do? Oh, he didn't notice you.
Oh, I just kind of stepped back out. Like, I don't think we need anything here, but boy, they are really praying. They don't like that Strahd guy. Yeah, I think that we need to go to that mansion and visit the Baron, see what he can do to get us out of here.
You think it's a good idea?
But yeah.
Seems like he's somebody to avoid, but I mean, I'm down for whatever.
Well, we
go-
can ask the priest. He
we could go
seems like
rough
a
up
nice
a Baron.
guy.
It seems
Good.
that's more our thing.
We could go ask the priest. So, but they're in a middle of the service. So
yeah,
we need
I
to
kind of
wait.
get where you're
He
coming from,
stops.
though. It's sort of our thing to go rough up Barons.
It is.
He stops praying, and then he starts to kind of
He starts to peek.
walk.
At the end of the service.
Yeah, he starts to kind of walk up and down the pews, doing these blessing motions with his hand.
Uh-huh.
And then you also see, too, that inside the church, so I should say it's very dark inside of there, but there are a lot of candles lit. And there's a window that's, it keeps blowing open because of the wind. And you notice an altar boy who keeps running up to it and has a giant broom, and he keeps shutting the window closed. And then he keeps relighting the candle that keeps getting blown out by the wind. But then the priest, he's pretty much done at this point, and he's just kind of standing in the back.
What is there a latch on the window?
There is, but it's inside the church, and it's about 10 feet off the ground. It's about 3/4 of the way up to the altar.
So it's like way up in there.
Yeah.
Is there a donation plate
There is on the altar.
at the front?
Toss it from the back.
I kind of just
Come on, Peyton.
I still. How close do you have to be to me for pass without trace? Is it like
30 feet.
How far away is the window from me?
20 feet.
I go over to the window. I can reach it. I'm 7.5 feet tall.
That is giant.
And
Just forget how fucking huge.
arms. I close it, latch it, relight the candle.
So nobody sees you do this?
I'm in pass without trace.
So you hear some of the people in the pews gasp, like,
And then I relight the
You
candle.
can make a stealth check. You can make her make stealth checks.
And then
She could fail.
I kind of want to just not have pass without trace now.
Well, you can make some noise, make yourself known.
can I just be like, Father?
yeah. And
May I ask for a moment of your time?
he literally jumps off the ground. Like, what? And everybody in the pews are like, they words very sullen and quiet, and they look really tired, and they all just sort of like look at you like, what? And they're like, are you sent by Saint Andrew?
Yes.
I walk
Say
over
yes.
to the.
Definitely.
I
yes.
walk
Are you a
over to
god?
the donation plate.
I was gonna be like,
And-
Saint Angel sent us.
I put a gold in there, a gold piece in the donation plate, and then I say, I have been sent here from Saint Angelos.
Angel.
Angels.
Who's Saint Andros?
What, what is it?
Saint Andrew.
Androl.
Androl?
He kind of looks at you suspiciously. Roll for charisma.
21.
Well, you had to beat a 1.
Nailed it.
I feel like I should get some extra credit because you rolled a 1.
So he looks at you and he's just like, oh my gosh.
All his money.
He's like, so I think our prayers have been answered. So you said that he sent you?
Yeah. I mean, it's not ever really clear what he says, but my friends and I are here.
Your friends?
Yeah, you can't see them. It's fine.
What?
But I took care of that window up there, and I put a little money in your basket so you can help the church. What is? I'm curious. What do you need help with? I feel like I'm here to help you.
We need help with so much.
What are the top 2 things?
Two,
top
better.
3. Yeah,
Better.
2.
Okay,
2.
well, let's go have a chat.
I was hoping you weren't gonna go too high.
So he
Top 10.
he walks.
Top 10.
He's like, please follow me. It's not. We can't really talk about this here in front of all the
Should-
in front of the
I
parishioners.
look at the
You just going by yourself?
parishioners and I'm just I motion to you two with a little
Neith's like still out
A
in the
little-
road or
Still
something.
like outside.
I do like I motion to Ari like get Neith and then do like a
I look behind me as
come
Neith, and I
hither.
see Neith. Is she far away? Where'd you go? Just chilling?
I mean, I'm just hanging out like right in front of the church.
Okay. Like, yo, Neith,
I'm like
come
still
on.
right there. I roll my eyes and go up there.
Hey, real quick before we go in, we've been sent by Saint Androl.
Who's Saint Andrew?
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Not important. But that's how we're getting information.
What's
And
a saint?
as
Doesn't matter.
Neith is like entering, I'm like telling the people everything's fine.
Lux is doing a thing.
Okay.
We're gonna be fine. We're here to help. And don't
priest-
mind my friends.
The priest is like, okay, we can't. We're disturbing the parishioners.
Yeah, weirdo.
So he
This is my dream to be a cult leader.
oh well,
I
you're-
think that's what
motion
we're
to
doing here.
Those two to.
I'm fairly certain that's not what we're
What
doing.
is happening right now?
Jenna lives her
I
dream.
might just live here now.
So are both
I'm taking the Baron's job.
are both of you inside the church?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so the priest kind of walks past you, and he kind of looks outside the door a little bit, and he closes the door really fast, like, and he says, "Okay, follow me." And just to the left of the church doors. So if you're facing the church doors from the inside, it'll actually be to your right. There's a little like room,
Like an office.
yeah, like an office basically. And he walks in there, and then there's a table with a bunch of papers scattered about, and there's a bottle of ink and a quill pen inside of the ink. And you see holy symbols that you don't recognize, that you've never seen before, and some bookshelves A few candles lit. It's very disorderly. Like it looks like it's just not very well kept. But he goes and he sits at the other side of the table, and then there are two stools on the other side. So he's like, please sit, or whoever wants to sit or stand, or it doesn't matter to me. Just, we just need to talk. Also, can one of you close the door, please? I forgot to close the door.
I closed the door.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And he's kind of looking at you. He's like a little bit kind of weirded out. Like, I've never seen anything. What are you?
I'm a Dragonborn. You've
He's
never seen a
special.
Well,
Dragonborn?
if you've been sent by Saint Andrew, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Patron saint of the
Yeah.
angels.
We come from somewhere else. Like, legitimately, we come from somewhere else. Do you not have Dragonborn around here?
No.
In this country or wherever the heck?
Well, I mean, it's a pretty big land.
We literally teleported
So,
here, so
Andy
we are
didn't
from
tell
elsewhere.
us much about what we're sent here to do. He's
Okay.
kind of, he
Well-
just kind of wants you to take the initiative. So
Okay.
can you help us out?
Yeah, I don't know if you've dealt with hero summons before, but we don't start
there
out
are
with a lot
heroes-
of information.
there are heroes that come through here. I'd say about once a year or so. It's pretty common.
What happened to all of them?
They need a lot of information.
Oh well, they come in here with a lot of bravado. They think they're really special, and then they go off to Castle Ravenloft to try to kill the Devil Strahd, and then we never hear from them again.
Okay, where is this castle, Ravenloft?
It is pretty far to the east of here. It would take you, I'd say on foot, it would take you probably about 20 days to get there.
What?
Although, I don't know, I've never actually left the town, so.
20 days could be like 10 or 2. I've never
Could be,
been.
right down the road.
I do know that there's a town next to Ravenloft called the town of Barovia, actually. It's named after the
That's
land.
what-
Well, that is what this land is called.
Oh,
So you came from beyond the mist, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
one of the mists.
Well,
Oh, that missed.
you're never gonna leave here. I hate to say it like this, but nobody ever leaves here.
Yeah, don't worry about us. We'll be fine.
Okay. So basically, this land is ruled by Count Strahd von Zarevich. He's a vampire.
Oh,
He lives in Castle Ravenloft, and he rules this land like a god. So it basically, there are different versions of what actually went down, but what I've been told and what seems to be that most people believe was that centuries ago, he and his family ruled this land, and he was a prince of King Barov, and he was a great conqueror. He conquered pretty much all of their enemies. When his father died, he became king, and he renamed this land Barovia. But then he got really greedy, and he made a pact with dark forces to become immortal because he just didn't want to die. And that's basically been how he rules this place ever since. He basically rules it like a god.
any idea how we can get there faster?
Well,
1 foot in front of the
why do you want to go there?
Well,
Is everybody mad at him?
Not everybody. He has a lot of loyalists here.
Oh.
in the town that we're in right now.
Well, there are some.
So he might be awesome.
I don't think he's awesome, but there are some people who think he is.
Interesting. We should probably hear both sides.
There are his loyalists. They're called Vistani, but you don't want to talk to them. They're a rough bunch.
But who rules this town? Like, who kind of governs the town?
So his name is, sorry, his name is Baron Velakovich, and he's very unpopular here. But basically, he rules it like an iron fist.
Is he a vampire?
No,
Oh.
he's resistant to Strahd, and he thinks of himself as the last resistance to him. There's actually going to be a festival tomorrow. It's called Festival of the Blazing Sun. And he forces everybody to basically be happy because he thinks that if everyone's happy enough, happy, then Strahd won't have any power over them anymore. But really, it's just giving everybody false hope.
But have you tried it?
I mean, we try it all the time. Nothing ever changes.
Oh.
And also, if anybody isn't
A
happy,
can-do attitude doesn't always just seal the deal.
I mean, it sounded like a good idea.
and if anybody makes fun of him or opposes him, he basically has them dragged off and executed.
Nice.
It sounds awesome.
So he's the resistance, but he's a bad dude.
Yeah, his lieutenant, his name is Isaac Strasny, and he's a very...
So why do you think
Russian as fuck.
Andy sent us here?
Well, I don't know. I would assume to help us somehow.
What was your exact prayer before we arrived?
Oh, I don't remember. It was...
What would help most?
Well, so I'll tell you what's happening. There's actually a current problem that I have.
Awesome.
So this church is protected, or I should say was protected, by the bones of St. Andrew.
Shit.
And that was up until a couple nights ago, and they went missing from the crypt.
Bone Daddy.
Well, I bet we need to.
So basically...
we were sent to get them.
So he kind of sits back in his chair a little bit, and he kind of just sort of puts his... Oh. You can imagine what he's having. He's putting his fingers together, and he's just like, I don't know what to do. If people found out that the bones are missing, they won't feel safe anymore. This church is the one place where they actually feel safe.
So is it all the bones?
They're all gone.
Yeah, they're all gone, but did you have all
Was it
of the
the
bones?
whole skeleton?
Yep, they
So
were all in the crypt.
4,068 bones?
All of them. Is that how many bones there are? I don't
It's
know.
like 200 something.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not that.
So
38 or something. I don't know.
It depends on how many bones you count are in the hands, because some people count certain bones as just one bone, and some people count them as two.
1 million bones.
he
Okay, we got to go find the million
I
bones.
bet teeth can have some.
Now, do those bones, do they like glow or anything? Is there any way to tell that they're the bones we're after, or do they just look like any old fucking bones?
Since you're acolytes of St. Andrew, you should be able to recognize them right away. Right?
Oh, because they'd give off that vibe.
I mean, I would assume. I mean,
Like you're certain they're not just random bones.
well, they look like random bones,
Right.
to just anybody. But I would think that you guys should be able to like feel them and recognize
Yeah, I
them.
bet we
Right.
can.
So,
If you could, can you?
Would you?
well,
know
I
the
can just
difference?
because I've seen them so many times.
Oh.
But there's nothing like that I special about them that I feel so much. I'm just a lowly priest. I don't really have any special powers.
I mean, obviously they're special, or else why would we be here?
All right, nailed it. I got this.
I mean, we just.
We're
Thought
going.
we were supposed
we're
to be
just gonna
acolytes or whatever.
Yeah,
Come
we're
on.
gonna get
but
these
just gonna
bones.
go
Don't
kill
you worry.
someone and-
So
Yeah,
I have
exactly.
I have a theory about what happened to the bones. I asked the altar boy, his name is Yeska, if he knew,
Yespa worked too.
if he knew anything about the bones.
Are there two altar boys, a Yespa and a Yeska?
Oh, I love that.
Sorry.
So I think he told somebody about their location, about where they were, because they were in a secret place in the crypt.
Do people not like come to see them and worship them?
They know that they're here, but they don't see them. They're too sacred for people to see them.
Neith, you're good at investigation, right?
Oh, I'm really good at investigation.
Okay, good, because
We're just
fucking
trying.
bother.
I got this.
So
Can we see the area the bones were kept so that we can get the feel and maybe pick up some clues of where we could find these bones?
I'm feeling Andy is telling me to take us to the crypt.
So you want to see the crypt? I mean, there's really nothing down there anymore, but if you want to see it, we can.
Maybe there's evidence.
Maybe nothing for you lowly humans to see.
Let's make it quick though, because the longer we take looking for bones, the further away they get.
Okay, if you guys want to see the crypt, you can see the crypt. So he...
Are you arguing with the will of your God?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's been a long day.
12 lashings. I'm just kidding. Don't do this.
So
This was his first offense.
One lashing.
he
Go for it.
he walks out. He walks out of the office, and at this point, the parishioners have left, so the church is empty. He's like, "Okay, good, they're all gone." And he walks to the front, and he walks to the altar in the very front, and then behind the altar, there's a giant wooden plank that he opens up. It's like a trap door, basically. And then he takes you down to the crypt, and it's a 20-foot by 40-foot area, and it's very, very empty except in the very middle. You see what looks like a very modest coffin where there would be bones. So it's not a fancy coffin because it looks like the coffin of a very humble person who didn't have a lot of money.
Can you tell us where Yeska is?
Yeska, oh, well, he was just here a little bit ago, but he wouldn't tell me who he told, but I'm pretty sure that he told Milovaj. So Milovaj is the grave digger. So he works for the church. He digs graves outside. But he's a mean kid. He's really mean. And I'm a little bit afraid to confront him.
A kid is your grave digger?
Well,
Awesome.
by kid, I mean he's around 15 or 16. And
Still.
he's a good kid. He's really just trying to help his younger siblings. But he's just mean, and he carries his shovel around like a club everywhere he goes.
Sounds
And
cool as hell.
I'm just afraid to confront him about it because he has a very bad temper. And
Where could we find him?
honestly, he might be outside right now. He usually likes to work late just digging graves.
Oh,
If you
cool.
guys could, seriously though, if you guys could maybe like confront him, maybe scare him a little bit, because he doesn't react well to people being nice to him, but I think he respects strength is what it is. So he might be able to, I don't know.
I look at Neith.
You want to go straighten out a teenager?
I'm not doing it.
I don't.
I mean, I'll help.
I was thinking about praying for him.
I was gonna say, I don't go and do things like kill children, but
I'm not going to kill him.
Oh, no. Just rough him up a
Just
little
got
bit.
to scare him straight. You're doing him a service.
I mean, however you guys want to do it. Like I said, he's good. He just,
okay, we're in the crypt, right?
you're still in the crypt.
I teleport to the graveyard.
Can I interpret anything?
Nope.
Roll for perception, or actually, make an Arcana check.
Is that not like fire or what is?
Arcana is like old, like ancient magic. Like
Yeah. It's your intelligence.
I can't do it.
you can't do it. Like, okay, you don't see anything.
I go over to the coffin and look around it and see if I don't know,
Okay, roll for perception.
see anything or find anything. Sorry. Ooh, I rolled a 19.
Ooh, okay.
Well
So
done.
plus 2, so 21.
Oh, man. We're supposed to investigate this room.
I think it's just a good idea. What if there's some clues?
I mean, obviously it's a good idea, but Jesus.
Okay, so you look around it, and you see that it looks like the coffin was just recently forced open. Like the lock is broken.
Consent matters.
Okay. Obviously, somebody did break into this coffin.
right. But that was a pretty good. You looked like you were perceiving really good.
I was.
There's more.
Hold on, I'm still perceiving.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you look inside of it, and you see a silver necklace that kind of covered under some dust and some dirt. There's like a silver necklace, and it looks very clean. Like it's not old. Like it shouldn't. Like it doesn't belong there. Like maybe somebody dropped it.
I pick it up. Does it look like a woman's necklace or like a man's necklace?
It's like a man's necklace, and you see
Gendering necklaces.
there's like a symbol on it that you don't recognize.
I take it over to Lux. And I say, Lux, do you recognize this symbol?
Does it look any kind of celestial or undead or?
Well, the priest sees it, and he looks a little bit confused, and he's like, "Well, don't you guys recognize that's the symbol of Saint Andrel?"
I mean, yeah, but see this little mark here? It's just a little off.
Nailed it.
Well, it's funny because that actually belongs to Milovaj.
Well, I thought it might.
All right, let's go kick his ass.
Milovaj being the kid?
The grave
No.
digger
I mean,
kid.
you guys,
Why is a kid having such nice jewelry? How did he get that kind of money?
he's a thief. Pretty much everybody knows it. It's just usually they kind of look the other way because he's just trying to care for his younger
This
siblings.
is a forgery.
I mean, I don't know. I'm
Jesus
just a priest. I'm not a metalsmith, so.
Look,
But-
I am loving this right now. I hope you feel that. Love it so much.
But guys, like he's not going to be out there much longer. Actually, I don't even know if he is out there. I like
Can we borrow this
We would not have
sacred
been
necklace?
sent if we didn't know what we were doing.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. All of you, I like all of you to roll for perception, please.
Boy, God, motherfucker. My fucking
I only
rolls
got
tonight.
15.
7.
11.
Okay, well, you had to beat an 8. So you hear what sounds like a shovel digging into the ground, like.
Well, there's Majovovich now.
Can we tell from what direction it's coming from?
It's coming from outside the church, and it's coming
the
from
cemetery.
the west part of it.
All right. Well, can we borrow this necklace? I feel like it has some.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
that's fine. I mean,
Value.
it doesn't belong to Saint Andrew. So
Yeah, it's not his.
You guys found it.
Okay.
Finders
so-
keepers, dog.
All right, Father, you've been most helpful. We will.
Oh, before you go,
Yeah.
I just want to make you guys aware that tomorrow is going to be
The festival?
the festival of the Blazing Sun. And also just be on the lookout for Strahd, the devil Strahd, because he has minions everywhere and they might know that this church is unprotected. So I feel like he's going to come and attack it. It could come tonight.
Like
it could
he'll
be
come
tomorrow night.
himself?
Yeah.
Oh, that would save us a lot of time.
Right? 20 days worth of time.
Oh, yeah. He travels around everywhere. He doesn't just stay in his castle. He likes to go about this land and
You
just
know what?
terrify people.
We're going to do a little blessing before we leave, too, just to help out.
Okay, whatever you want to do. That would be great. We would actually really appreciate it because, we're very poor people here, and we really just any help at all we definitely appreciate. So
I just put my hand on the Father's shoulders and then with the other hand I do some wavy gestures and then I close my eyes and say, Andy is on your side.
So as a priest, so he kind of just sort of looks at you a little funny, but he just sort of shrugs his shoulders like, oh, okay, well,
They're from beyond one of the
Saint
mists.
Andrew, he was a weird one. So, and he as a priest, he senses that there's another god-like force that he doesn't recognize, and he kind of squints his eyes a little bit, and he's like, huh. And that's it. But he doesn't really question it. He's just a little bit suspicious for a second.
Of us?
Well, I shouldn't say suspicious. He's just confused because he senses a god that he's not aware of.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, well, guys, Miafish is out there. I think you guys.
All right, let's go get Mia Jovovich.
All right.
Maybe I hand Neath the necklace. Maybe you should scare him a little with this.
Okay.
I stand back and watch Neath do her shit.
So we go out of the church and we're turning right. Is that where we heard the digging?
We're going southwest.
So
or
it's
west?
basically like if you're looking at the church from the outside, it's on the right, but kind of towards the back.
Okay. So when I left the church, I turn left and start going around the church towards where I hear the sound. Do I see, is it him? Do I see a 16-year-old boy digging?
You do, yes.
I
hang
walk
back.
up to him
But watch.
and I don't say anything or try to make any noise until I'm right up on him because I've got my cloak on. Got my
And passive without trace.
That's
oh
still
yeah, are we
active?
still within an hour?
I mean, it could be.
No, it's
Okay.
definitely not been an
Okay.
hour.
Okay. Well, I mean that's up to the DM.
I'm flying.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. So what do you do
Has
again?
it been an hour?
Almost, but not yet.
Okay. So I still got passed out trays. And so I walk up to be right in front of him. So I'm within a foot of right on the other side of his shovel
So are you behind him or in front of him?
in front of him.
Okay.
But I've got all my stealth stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he doesn't.
Fucking 30.
So he doesn't see you.
Right.
He's still just digging. But go and make a stealth check.
Hi. I got all my stealthy stuff going on.
Don't roll a
It'll
one
be
then.
35.
Okay, well, I rolled 18, and you say I had to make a stealth check, so 18 plus another 8
Okay.
plus my
10.
10.
That was just to see if he heard something or not. So he doesn't hear
Oh,
anything.
you heard everything.
Okay, so what? I had like 36.
Okay, so you're standing right in front of him. He doesn't see you. What do you do?
So I take the necklace and I like hold it like right in front of his face.
You dropped
So there's like, and
Dangling it.
excuse me, who's doing this? Who's doing the intimidation? And I would like to say like, I think you left something. In my most like intimidating voice. Can I roll for intimidation?
Yes, roll for intimidation.
He's so
Alright.
shocked he has a heart attack and dies.
But an erection,
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, I only rolled like a 12.
We had to beat an 11.
Yeah!
So he literally just
Raise
goes like he almost like he has this deep gasp.
Does he piss himself?
And then I say,
Shit himself.
I just need to know one thing.
He drops his shovel.
Where did you take them?
Take what? What the?
Is he like taking like a step back?
Yes,
So for every step he takes back, I take a step forward.
and he trips over one of the graves.
Probably exactly in sync,
Yes.
too.
Oh, you know it.
Oh, yeah.
You know it. And so then I just like lean over at him. You know what I'm talking about.
Look, okay, I'm sorry.
Saint. Then I look over at Lux. Who am I a saint of?
Andy.
Andrel.
Andrew? Okay.
Look, I don't even believe in that
Saint
stuff.
Andrew sent me.
Oh, well, I don't even believe in him.
Believe it now. Saint Andrew sent me from across the mist. Where did you take them?
He's like, look, I'm sorry. I was just trying to get some money for my younger siblings. We're struggling. We don't have parents anymore. I'm so sorry.
And I smack him.
I'm your mama now.
He kind of goes to grab his shovel.
Oh, you fucking boot that shit
Oh,
right
well,
down.
you told me about it. So, yeah, I try to kick it out of the way.
Okay, so you kick it out of the way, and then he's just like, okay.
I don't care about your sister or your siblings or whoever you're talking about.
Puppy.
I was left to die by my own brothers and father. Where did you take them?
Okay. I took them to the coffin maker. He wanted to buy them for me. I don't know why, but
Who the hell is a coffin maker? Lex, come here.
Hey,
Lex, you ask the questions.
what? Where are the bones, bro?
Jesus.
Supposedly there's a
You
coffin
gotta talk
maker.
like the kids. Deborah liked that one.
where are
Yeah,
the
like-
bones, bro?
Where's the coffin maker?
Okay, so
We are not of this land.
How many cups of coffin does it make?
so the coffin makers towards the southeast part of town. It's past the Virgin Master's house. He has
Virgin
them.
Master Virgin.
Yes. He has them. I don't know what he's doing with them. I don't even care. He just gave me a lot of gold for it. So if you want the bones, go talk to him.
How about you escort us there? And stop being such a fucking punk.
Whoa.
And
hey.
then I take out 5 more gold and I drop them on his chest.
Oh, okay.
Because obviously this is a person that gold talks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty late. Do you guys want to go now?
Yes.
And I drop another gold on him.
Is there a place?
An answer.
I mean, do we want to go now? It's late.
All right. Here's what you're gonna
Well,
do.
tomorrow's the festival.
Yeah,
Maybe
but then
we should
he's
go
going to
murder
run off
somebody
and
now.
tell somebody and they're going to pay
No,
him
what
more
he's
gold.
gonna do?
Let's kill the kid. and
How
go to
many
the
more
coffin
graves you
maker.
got to dig tonight?
Oh, I'm done. I wasn't even
Add one.
What you're gonna do then
Yours.
Yes, love it.
is take us to your home, bed us up, and then you're gonna escort us to.
I'm not
This
sleeping
place
at his
tomorrow.
house
We're just taking refuge. You're not even gonna sleep, I bet.
that you know of.
Let's go kill the coffin maker real quick. Let's just go to the
I
coffin
mean, it's
maker's
only like 10 o'clock at night.
and get the bones.
Or we're gonna do that, where you're gonna take us to the coffin maker right now.
Is that what I'm doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that a good place to stop, or
And that'll do us tonight for Someone Play.
Do we meet the coffin maker?
how many cups of coffin does it make?
Coffer barely knew her.
right, we got through half page of notes.
Bam, bam, bam.
Bye.
That's pretty good for us.
I know, right? We stayed on the page.
Pretty good.